Definitely in the building via your headphones, stereo, and speakers. Of course, this is your man's the African Caesar, and I'm joined by the contrarian of the show, Gino,
I'm here.
in this full Pepsi uniform. I mean, you know, you the CEO of Pepsi. You
I feel like, is Pepsi okay?
Are they?
Is Monopoly money okay?
I mean, I don't know what happens all the way up at the top. You know, when you just one of the little pawns at the bottom, you know.
Oh, get out of here.
You know,
Get out of here. We all know you the CFO of Pepsi Incorporated.
if I were, they'd been bankrupt.
Stay representing.
If I were the CFO, they wouldn't have any money already.
Man, you would just blow it.
I mean, the employees would be fly as
Who's you,
hell.
the mayor of Washington, D.C.? Like,
Hey, look, the employees would be they be fly.
oh, yeah, okay, the former mayor of Washington, D.C.
You talking Marionberry?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm supposed to blow it on dope.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
Crack bars.
crack pipes and hookers. That's yeah. And then get reelected. Why not?
Exactly. Well, maybe the hookers part I might blow it on, but not the crack pipes.
Just remember, you don't pay hookers for sex. You pay them to leave after.
That's right. Yeah.
This is one hell of a way to start the show.
Well, I mean, that's like gospel right there. Like
I mean, yeah, it's facts.
that's Old Testament gospel.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, I had no counter argument.
it's the truth.
It is the truth.
I was saying, like,
this is from what I've heard. I don't know from experience.
Hypothetically speaking.
Yes. I've heard from people.
I heard from Dave just a minute ago.
Yeah, that's the people I was talking about. Okay.
What can I get for $200? Crabs.
Oh boy, Jesus. This is the Sneaker Box.
Is it?
I know. Yeah. Live from the Podcast Detroit studios.
Whoop whoop.
A part of the Sneaker Bar Detroit family. Yay.
The view isn't as nice as it usually is.
Not yet. It'll pick up pretty soon.
Looking forward to it.
Social media. Follow us on Twitter at TSB_radio. You can follow us on Instagram at @sneakerbox_radio, and you can follow us on Facebook.
I mean, oddly enough, there's a lot that way this time.
Oh, fuck.
I feel like
in the main court.
Like the arriving traffic isn't as good yet, but the existing traffic.
Oh, it's definitely down there.
I mean, it's sundress weather, guys.
It's meander down there.
It's
after the show.
It's sundress weather. It's a thing.
If you follow us on Facebook, you can look us up at the Sneaker Box Radio Show page, and make sure to call us and leave us a message on our new voicemail line. Whether you have a sneaker-related topic you want to discuss, or you want to respond to something we said on the show, leave us a message by dialing 248-677-1803. We'll pick out the best messages and address them on a future episode. And I believe we have some voicemails.
Or call if you want to shit on Dunks, who isn't here.
I think everybody wants to shit on Dunks.
I mean, I would like them to leave their messages.
I know that could be an entire episode.
Yes, it should. We should do that for episode 300.
We should. Just everybody, your grievances. Just call in with your grievances on Dunks.
Just on Dunks.
Yeah. This is just.
I feel like that should be a live episode from the stage downstairs.
We should have like one of those dunk tanks too. Like,
yeah, every time somebody has something,
dude, have Dunks in the dunk tank.
Yeah, there you go,
dude. And it's and there's your fund, dude, and make it a charitable thing. $5 for a ball to dunk Dunks. Like, how do you?
I mean, when
that's synergy at work, right?
I mean, well, when you look at him, he just.
I mean, I got 100 on this right now.
Yeah, he just looks douchey. He just looks douchey enough to where you want to see him fall into the dunk tank.
Oh man,
like just off the rip.
Poor Dunk.
You don't even have to hear him speak. You just
Dunks.
want him to fall into the dunk tank.
Yeah, he just has a face.
Yeah,
that you just want to just.
And I know somebody who rents those, so I'm just saying.
Oh man, yeah, we
So before the summer is over with,
show meeting.
Actually, we should do it in the wintertime when it's colder.
Damn. Like,
ice water.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
What y'all trying to do to Dunks?
I mean, that'd be a real charitable thing.
Is it?
I would think so. For the charity that we choose.
For the kids.
You know, when
Just because you tied charity to your torture doesn't make it charitable.
I think charity for Dunks' torture is charitable.
That's sad. That's a sad state of affairs. I'm glad he isn't here to hear this.
I'm only talking shit about him because he's not here to defend himself. But when he comes back next week, I'll talk shit about him again where he can defend himself.
Y'all kiss and make up. Be friends.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just watching somebody pull up on the grass.
I was wondering, like, what
Hey, look, because I'm here and say, like, hey, wait a minute, Dave. Like, I thought you were on my side.
I'm looking like, does he see something that I don't see?
Like, am I wrong? Like, that car is not, like, they're just pulled up on the grass, right?
This white Ford?
Yeah.
No, they parked. They parked next to me.
I don't think you're supposed to. I don't think that's a spot.
Oh.
Well, it's a spot for C's.
No, like yours, I understand.
When
Them,
you're
I don't
an influencer.
think that's a thing. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
I'm an influencer. Get the hell.
Seasoned influencer.
Y'all really gonna push that
VIP
agenda?
parking.
Okay.
I'm surprised you actually got a park. I'm surprised you don't just had an Uber come pick you up.
Oh, boy. Here you go.
Private limo.
Town car.
Yeah, private limo.
Metro car. Sorry.
Oh my God.
That is right. The guy got to get out with the bow tie.
What? What's your thoughts on this? I just want to jump right into this because this has been bothering me.
Come on, let's go.
All weekend. All right, so
You seem perturbed.
I am. This what is this? The Sean Wotherspoon, Adidas Super Earth Superstar. No, like honestly, like I think we kind of mentioned this on the show last week. I honestly starting to feel like collabs are trying to jump the shark because now you're just giving people.
Hold up, I'll give him this. It doesn't have corduroy on it, does it? Because I don't think I remember seeing corduroy.
Let me look.
I mean, it just has like all loose pieces of thread.
I know it's so dumb. It really reminds me of this year's Black History Month shoe. That Air Force One.
Maybe we missed the boat. Maybe that's like the trend right now.
Just strings hanging from your shoe.
It's fashionable.
Honestly, though, I do feel like collabs have jumped the shark because it just feels like brands are just – you're not giving it to people who are creative or have good ideas. You're just giving it to people who have names and, recognition. And that doesn't bode well for dope designs to me.
I mean, the only thing I say to that would be
like when you go to school, you got a daughter and I got a daughter. When they go to school, like they'll have like the art projects, right, hanging up on the wall for all the parents to see. There are kids who are clearly talented, and then there are other kids who just basically took bits of paper and just glued it to the paper, and we're supposed to just as parents, nobody's gonna shit on it.
My daughter is 5,
right?
So most of those kids' art projects probably aren't the best.
No, exactly. So, but everybody claps for them because they're kids and they're 5 years old, right? Like, there's no expectation other than a 5-year-old literally just gluing pieces of paper to another piece of paper.
I could give you that.
And that's what it feels like now. It feels like I'm supposed to be a parent that's supposed to just clap for Sean Wotherspoon because he was able to put material on a shoe. And
well, I'll say this: I'm happy.
But you a grown ass man, and there was a set of expectations for you to actually do something.
I'm happy. No, none of the brands went the route of actually providing him, doing his own silhouette, like a Yeezy or like a Fear of God, or even the take that Virgil took on, a lot of the deconstructed look on the sneakers. Right. His is like I give Sean Wotherspoon the fact that it is somewhat original.
But
it just looks.
You know what? Original.
But you see that's why.
Original is not a fail-safe from being objectively bad.
For people who couldn't see, I did the air quotes.
Yeah, like just because something
sarcasm.
Is like everybody's. That's the thing. Like something is clearly ugly. Oh no, it's different. Like no. There are things that are different that just are. They may be weird and it takes a while for people to get. And there are things that are just objectively bad. Because I always ask people like, okay, so what do you like about it? No, I ask people all the time like, okay, if you like this, what's ugly to you? I asked this last week. Like, what is ugly to you then? Because I honestly where's the bar at for you? Because to me, the bar is on the ground.
I mean, I'll say this: that Superstar does looks like an art project.
It looks like a hot mess, yo.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think probably the thing that pisses me off with it too is the fact that you gave him a classic, iconic silhouette in the Superstar. You could have just. Why don't you just give him something?
It looks like somebody was trying to learn how to sew for the first time and just like quit in the middle of it.
He got halfway through and was like,
fuck it. The machine's broke. I need another needle. Fuck it, I'm out.
I mean, I just feel like they, give him a different silhouette. Give him the Ultra Boost. Give him a ZX.
No, don't give him anything like that. Why are we giving people?
No, I'm just saying.
That's the whole point. Why are we just giving people collabs?
No, I agree with you, but what I'm saying is if you're going to let somebody touch classic silhouettes, at least let it be people that's actually going to do something with it.
I would like to know what the story is behind this, though. Because that's what I felt like collabs used to be.
He got attacked by a dog, and it ripped all his clothes to shreds.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Or you know what? Honestly,
the shoe probably would have looked better if he just handed the shoe to a dog and let it just go crazy.
With the whole threading thing, I have a feeling it's gonna relate back to like the round 2 and the vintage clothing and things like that.
What that got to do with it? Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay,
I'm just saying that's the only thing I can think of.
I'm just saying that's a real stretch.
I mean, it's a real stretch for half these people that they give collabs.
No, that's like Michael Jordan at the last play of the game in Space Jam stretch. Like, yes, like that's just. I don't.
I mean, look, I'm trying to give some form of justification. I'm trying to
understand
play the devil's
collabs.
advocate on it, but
collabs used to tell stories. Like that's what made collabs unique.
Fuck, collabs didn't just used to tell stories. Just overall, the product used to tell a story.
The
A
collabs
GR
did tell stories.
But I'm saying a GR used to tell stories, and now nothing tells a story.
Well, yeah, GRs. I mean, but okay. So like, I had made this argument with somebody a while ago about like signature shoes, and I'm like, the reason, and this was what made Nike so great, is that one, they found athletes who transcended their sport, right? Like you had a Deion Sanders, you had a Michael Jordan, you had all these players that were transcendent, and so because of their personalities and their transcendentness, if that's a word,
we'll roll with
we'll
it.
go with it, right?
Yeah.
It sounds right. So because of all that, right, the shoes kind of took a life of its own because the shoes were parallel with their namesake. You know what I'm saying? And in particular with Michael Jordan, like each shoe told a story. Like you look at each shoe as like a chapter, right?
Each shoe was totally different from
because
the next.
each shoe takes you back to a moment in his career and his
Right.
life, and so therefore there is some storytelling aspect in it. On top of Tinker, coming up with the different concepts like the Panther eye and the paw and everything, the Air Jordan 13, and
Right.
All the different stories behind each shoe. And it even like you said, it ain't even got to be a story. At least have a concept or a theme that is on display in that design. Because like the phone posits, the story behind it is the story behind his release is actually more interesting than any story behind his actual design.
Well, I mean, the design behind the story behind the design is just the overall technology.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's no story behind it, but it's a dope shoe.
Yeah.
But it's a dope shoe, though, right? And so not every shoe has to have a story, but this is what I mean about the collabs. Like collabs were opportunities that the brands gave different individuals to do something unique out of the realm of what is normal as far as like the general releases, right? Because you can just sometimes a shoe can just be dope and doesn't need a story, right?
Right.
And I consider that to be like something that a brand would normally do. Well,
Yeah, maybe just their
on
whoever.
a normal given day, you don't necessarily, the shoe can just be dope enough to sell itself.
Yeah.
But a collab was something unique and significant.
Well, I mean, you could even get into the point when exactly did we get to the point where individuals got a chance to just do collabs? Remember before it used to be like there would be brand collabs or there would be collabs with like, maybe some of the stores. I mean, now we've crossed the path in which we're just solely giving it to just an individual.
Yeah, because we've given into this notion that name recognition sells shoes, and I'm like, no, dope product, dope shoes sell shoes.
Right.
Storytelling, adds to that.
Well, and that's what I feel too is kind of like what I was saying when you got a brand partnering with Nike or you got a store partnering with Nike to be able to, do a shoe. It felt like you at least had, more checks and balances. You had people that were able to sit down and conceptualize and come up with something together rather than it just seems like, again, no offense to Sean Wotherspoon as a person.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not attacking him as a person. I'm attacking the shoe.
Where was anybody to sit down and say, hey, man, that might not be the right idea?
Well, that's my problem, too. Like, a lot of these brands just seem to kind of just give them a shoe and walk out the room, allowing this person to just run amok. And sometimes you need checks and balances.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But I go back to, there's a reason why the band Air Jordan 1 sells more than, white, gray, and, red Air Jordan 1. Because of the story behind it.
There's a bit of nostalgia.
There's some significance behind that colorway.
That's true.
The black and red Air Jordan 1 isn't necessarily the dopest looking colorway. It's not a bad looking colorway. It ain't the dopest. Chicago is probably the dopest to me personally.
Well, I mean, you already know I'm not a big Jordan 1 guy, so. But
Jordan Brand is doing his damnedest to make me not a big Jordan 1. but the Jordan. I mean.
I get
black
what you're
and red
saying,
Jordan 1 is not an ugly shoe. I don't want nobody to misconstrue.
Yeah.
It's definitely a staple. But it ain't the dopest colorway, right? But it's probably one of the most coveted colorways.
It's iconic.
Right, because of the story behind it, because of the nostalgia behind it, and all this other stuff. And even though OG colorways, like the stories as far as what Michael Jordan did in those particular shoes at that moment in his career.
What are you doing the royal ones? Didn't he just rock those in the ad?
But that's my point though.
Yeah,
like this is why the black and reds are more coveted than those.
Okay,
like I'm pretty sure if those were banned, those would be more coveted than the black and reds.
True.
Right. So, Like, you remember the dunk contest 3, like people want them shits because they look dope and there's a story behind it.
I mean, the Reebok pumps. I think that's a prime example of like a shoe, the D Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
prime. I think that's a prime example.
Yeah, because people are like, okay, like a basic ass looking shoe minus the pump on the tongue.
It was just black and white.
Yeah.
Gum bottom.
But every time they drop them, sell like hotcakes.
All of a sudden, D Brown's name gets brought up again, and
yeah.
What do you even do in the league outside of that?
Honestly, I don't even know. If you ask D Brown right now, he probably couldn't even tell you. He'd be the first thing he would say. Remember that one time?
Remember that dunk contest?
Right. Remember that time I didn't look?
That's the other part. He's only known for one dunk. It's like,
I mean, at least, you know what though? Honestly though, in the grand scheme
it's
of
not
things,
shitting on
at
him.
least he's known. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
but that's to your point. That's how easy it is to kind of like wrap your head around a story.
Yeah.
To be able to create a product.
Yes.
And it would just be said, where is the story? I mean,
I know. I would like to know the story behind it, like because I do want to have all of that at my disposal before I totally shit on them.
Yeah, I mean, because
as far as
shit
looks,
on it anyway.
But that's the thing, though. Like when you walk into a store, and this is why, like once again, collabs like packaging and everything, because sometimes the packaging can help explain. It's almost like exposition, right? It's like visual exposition, like
right.
And so. Maybe the packaging would, elaborate on some of that storytelling. But when you walk into a store and you see that on the shelf, that's the first thing. That's the first hurdle is visually, is this shoe dope enough for me to be interested in?
For sure.
And then from there, you might dive into the story behind it and everything. And that might do more to sell the shoe to you,
But then let me ask you this then. Do you think that the stories behind shoes are more of a, and I always hate using this term, but like the more OG sneakerhead type deal? I mean, do you really think like most of the people coming up now don't really care about the stories?
So this is what I tell people all the time. Like I'm a big history buff. I love history. I love going to museums and stuff, right?
No wonder me and you get along.
So there you go. So for thousands of years, well, I haven't actually been in a museum exhibit. You have. So here's the thing. For thousands, even millions of years, however long you think the earth has existed, right? If you Kyrie Irving, it's 6,000 years. Look.
Man, I don't even want to talk about that guy.
Point being, for however long you think the earth has existed, storytelling has existed. And that is what has held the generations together. That is what has brought cultures together. Cultures have appropriated other cultures' stories and then adapted them. Most of the Bible is adapted from other cultures' stories.
Right.
Like the story of Noah. That's not the story of Noah existed well before the Bible was written. And so there's different stories. Bugs Bunny, that's based on an African folktale. So like stories inspire other stories and they're always passed down, and that's and so to all of a sudden think now that storytelling doesn't mean anything anymore, it's hard for me to grasp, right? Because it's like it's meant so much to society for so long, so now you telling me that nobody cares anymore about the story? Like that, I don't necessarily subscribe to that. Now I will say that hype seems to be the flavor of the moment. So maybe storytelling right now, in the moment, might not mean as much. But everything is cyclical, so it'll come back.
I mean, I would rather it come back because I mean, like I don't even think these are necessarily stories, but you just think about one of the first style of shoe you probably liked was a basketball shoe, right?
Yeah.
Same here. Why did you like that shoe? Because you saw someone wear it.
Yeah, Will Smith. But look, it wasn't just like, okay, like it was what he, like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh, I don't like this shoe, but now that Will Smith is wearing it, I like it now.
Right.
Will Smith made me aware of that shoe.
Yeah, and then when you saw it more and more, but
exactly
the flavor that he added to it.
That's my point.
And that's what I feel like. But to me, I look at that is a story in itself because it's something that you can reflect back on.
I feel like there's a difference between saying, and this is the argument I always make about influencer versus just making somebody aware, right? As a 5-year-old kid, I didn't have I couldn't drive myself to the store, and back then there were no release days, there were no blogs, so the only way to come in contact with that shoe is either watch Michael Jordan playing or. If Will Smith is wearing it on a TV show, or if you just so happen to be in the store and the shoe is on the shelf. Those are the only ways you can make contact back then with shoes, right? So, Will Smith made me aware of Air Jordans. You know what I'm saying? Like if I would have saw that in the store, I would have fell in love with it that way. If I would have saw Michael Jordan wearing them for the first time, I would have fell in love with it that way. So I don't think the point of contact matters as much because I would have ultimately loved the shoe anyway.
Right.
So all Will Smith did was make me aware. Now, the show added something to it because he would always, especially when the beginning of the show, he was always
he was freaking his shoes.
The inside out tuxedo jacket and shit, so yeah, so that added something to it, but it wasn't like I was like, ugh, Air Jordan 5s are trash, but Will Smith wearing them? Okay, now I like them. And I think that's where it's at now, where people are like, okay, I wouldn't normally go after this shoe, but because I saw said celebrity wear them, now I want them. Like all white Ultra Boosts when Kanye wore them. Like them shits were sitting on shelves for like the longest, and then Kanye wears it to a basketball game, all of a sudden you gotta have it. Dude, I don't understand that.
Dude, all white Air Force Ones.
No, like where'd that come from?
Well, again, like, dude, I never forget it. Which mall was I working? I think I was working at Great Lakes Crossing at the time, and I remember just all of a sudden, all of these, all these little white girls would come in and they'd ask for it. I'm like, when the hell do little white girls want to get an all white Air Force One?
Yeah, because they're usually like caseless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I asked somebody that worked there. I'm like, even at the age of 28, I'm the old head at the store. So I'm like, yo, like, why are they asking about that?
Because sad state of affairs, a 28-year-old is considered an old head.
No, I'm the OG. I'm like, why does everybody want this shoe? Oh, because Kylie Jenner wore it and she had it on in the Instagram post. I was like, well, show me the IG post, and
nice.
and she yeah.
Thank God for latex. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then she showed me the IG post, and I'm looking. I'm like, okay, the shoe is dirty and it's laced all the way up. The strings are hanging down. Like, the shoe looks horrible. Like, it's nowhere near how we would rock the shoe.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what they were going after, and it was like, really? Because Kylie Jenner wore an Air Force One. Now all of a sudden, shoe has been around for decades.
Yeah.
I've never seen a little white girl like on her own, unless she was from the hood or she had like a black boyfriend or something like that.
Yeah.
She wasn't wearing an all white Air Force One, but all of a sudden, because of that, now that shoe was popular. It ain't like the shoe ain't never been on the shelf before, ever.
I mean, there's an abundance of all white Air Force Ones on the shelf usually.
Exactly.
Usually, I'm saying. Like here in Detroit, right? Like low top, and I said this before in a past show, like annually there are two things you will get every year. In the spring, you'll get you some low top all white Air Force Ones.
Yeah, and a pair of wheats.
And a pair of wheat Timberlands in the fall. Those are the two things annually you just knew you were gonna get.
Just given.
So it is just weird. And I understand, every generation has its differences. Like I know I probably sound like the guy shaking his fist at the clouds and shit. Every older generation looks at the newer generation with disdain. I get that.
I mean, but I don't think about it as looking at the new generation with disdain. I think the problem is the fact that when we try to tell the new generation, the stories behind the shoes, and they don't want to hear it. Or it's kind of like it goes in one ear and goes right out the other.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't understand about this generation because even with our generation, right, like we were rebellious. We didn't want to listen to our parents either. However, right, in terms of music, right, we had hip hop, right, we had gangster rap. At the same time, we still had respect for the OGs. We still most of the hip hop was based on sampling.
It was all sample from that.
From all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we had an awareness of the generation before us, and while we created our own lane, there was still a respect and understanding of who came before us. Now, it just seems like, I don't care. But they want to be remembered, but don't want to remember the people that got us to this point.
Right.
And that's the part that I'm like, what?
Dude, I think it's definitely a generational divide off that.
Oh, yeah. I always say this to, I talk to a lot of the brands lately, and I'm like, the problem with this generation is nothing existed before they were born. So if it happened before they were born, it didn't happen, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I put it this way. I think for this generation, the year 2000 is when the world started.
Yeah, basically. Basically. Yes.
The 90s did not exist.
Nah, not at all. 80s, 70s, none of it.
Because I feel like they reference everything in back in 2000. That was the beginning. So
it's weird to me to watch, this generation move. And I get it though. I mean, like I said, every generation,
it's not a diss.
Every transition.
It's not a diss to the entire generation. No. Like we know there are some that are. I don't even want to use the term culturally aware, but are aware of what's going on.
Right. Now, I will say this, though. Now, I had a conversation with Jordan Brand recently, and I think I told
you telling who you have your conversation
I know,
with
I
now.
probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
But what annoyed me what annoyed me about that conversation is just how
they never really make 34s in the 15.
That they've heard that argument before from me. Just how aloof they are to certain things. So like I know I told this story before about that time we went to New York in 2016, and they were filming a commercial for the upcoming Space Jam 11 release, and there was a whole bunch of YouTubers and whatnot. Now they brought them out there to film a commercial. They was giving them free pairs of the shoes.
Oh yeah, you did tell us.
And yet, for like the entirety of the weekend, they're wearing Yeezys. Now, this is at the height of, the whole Yeezy jumped over the Jumpman, narrative. And so I just thought, like I know for me, like Jordan Brand paid for me to go somewhere, I'm going to just out of respect,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Just like y'all paid for me to be here, you're gonna allow me to be in this commercial, up my profile. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the least I can do, at least for the time that I'm here.
That's what you're supposed to do.
But you had people running around wearing Yeezys. Not only wearing Yeezys, but talking about how the brand was dead, and they were just gonna take their money. And I'm just like, wow, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all just flagrant. And yet the brand, I'm not gonna say no names, but one of those people went on to bitch and complain about not getting a shoe because I guess Jordan Brand was seating certain people pairs of the gold toe Air Jordan 1s a few years ago.
Okay.
And had the nerd to go on Twitter and bitch and complain about how he didn't get seated a pair. Like, one, you sound stupid. But does he really sound stupid though? Because they acquiesced to him.
I was going to say, he probably ended up getting a pair.
Yeah, they did.
I know who that is too.
And yeah, I'm not gonna say no names. I think I know who I'm talking about. So my whole
I think
thing
we're all aware of what you're talking about.
So my whole thing is like, I'm looking. And talking to the brand, I'm like, yo, like how y'all look stupid. Y'all look dumb. That's like me being married to somebody that's clearly being a gold digger and just spending my money, right? And then they throw a fit because they don't get something. Mind you, they just told all my friends, I'm about to leave him and all this other stuff. And then come back to me and being like, oh, yeah, you didn't buy me this. And then I go buy her something. Like, you talked all this shit behind my back.
Like, that's
you're using me.
Things.
Yeah. And I'm still, and like, I know this. Or at least, you know what? They might not know it. That goes back to my point on how aloof they are. Like, if they had a connection to the community, if they had people out there in the community keeping tabs on things, they would have known some things.
Right.
And I just told them like how stupid I thought. Now, mind you, this wasn't public news. This wasn't like, floating around like as far as that weekend that I described. But from my point of view, seeing all that happen and then seeing how they move, it was just like, y'all look dumb. Meanwhile, somebody like a Jumpman Bostic can't even get a retweet. You know what I'm saying? No form of public acknowledgement whatsoever. This man was following. He was supporting y'all before y'all was even a brand officially.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's buying, like, the Jordans that nobody wants.
And then nobody still wants.
Yeah. I'm like literally going in the basement like, what are those? Like, seriously, I'm not even joking. Like, what are those? And so, like, I think they're starting to wake up to a few things.
But are they really though? Or
to a few things. Now, it could be just them trying to just pacify me during the conversation.
I was going to say, or could it be just the change in dynamic with how you talked about those YouTubers? I mean, YouTubers are really struggling for content right now.
I think they've caught up on that end as far as like, okay, just because you got downloads on a YouTube video doesn't mean it translates. Like there's people who have followings and then there's people who have followers. Now, having followings are people that actually move with you. Yeah. Followers.
Following is like your movement.
Yes, followers.
It's the African Caesar movement.
Oh, get out of here. Followers are people you are able to acquire through social media through the use of manipulating the algorithm. Well, two different things.
But let's be real. Followers don't mean shit.
No, they don't.
And I think that's been proven.
That's why I'm distinction.
Yeah, that's been proven so hard in the last 2 years.
Oh, for sure. Well, especially now, when there's like nothing like really going on.
You can have people that have smaller follower accounts,
but they're more engaged. Exactly. It's all about engagement.
Thank you.
I'm engaged with my few people.
So
I love you all out
there. No,
there.
it comes back to like that one girl that had 1.5 million, 1.5 million Instagram followers. Tried to launch a clothing line, couldn't sell 20 shirts to make that happen.
Did she?
No. What wasn't it someone that I feel like I heard a story about that and they went into like depression.
Oh no, yeah, no. She like she closed her account, did all that. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would too. That's embarrassing.
Because at the end of the day, like, dude, nobody just because somebody wants to see your TNA in a bikini doesn't mean they give a shit about anything you have to say or anything you're having to push.
Me liking your picture costs me nothing. Me buying that shirt costs me money. So there's a difference.
And they were $20 T-shirts.
Yeah, no stress.
And couldn't sell 20 of them.
Yeah, and then they launched OnlyFans right after that.
I mean,
now you was just talking about how you got you engage with your few followers. It made me think of Mick Foley. The Rock would be like the millions and millions, and Mick Foley would be like the dozens and dozens.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just say, my what? I think I got like a little over 500. So maybe,
man.
Yeah. I'm never. I don't use social media like that. The couple people that I actually
you were just lighting Instagram up.
The couple people I engage with, like we're in the DMs. Like it doesn't have to be done over a post or all of that stuff.
Man,
don't do that. And then I see you every week anyway, so
that's true.
I'm trying to. Hopefully, some of your pixie dust will rub off on me.
Wow. So they care to know what the top selling sneakers of the year were so far?
Okay, hold up. Of the year, which Jordan 1?
No, okay. So these are going by silhouettes, not necessarily
Jordan
colorways.
1. Well, Air Force 1.
You are correct. Okay, those two did make the list.
Those are in the top 5, right? Is that
one is?
No, the Jordan 1 is probably in the top 5.
You sure?
Oh, it could be the Air Force. Well, I don't know. The way they hustling Air Force 1s now. Dude, they hustling white Air Force 1s now. They selling them. Fuck it. I don't work for Finish Line anymore. They so they buying them discounted.
Burn that bridge, huh?
Yeah, I don't give a shit. They don't let me get anything anyway.
He just poured Pepsi in the bridge and lit it on fire. It's crazy.
No, they buying them on discount and they turn around and selling Air Force 1s for like over 100. All whites. Yeah, hustling them. All right, hold up. So let's see. All white Air Force 1s, Jordan 1 highs, which is Jordan 1s in general. I'm gonna go Converse All Star.
No.
Really? Okay. Let's see. Starberry doesn't exist anymore.
Wow. Let me look at this. Okay, top selling sneakers, not the worst selling.
No.
Jesus.
Top selling sneaker. What Jordan came out? What number are they like hoarding out this year?
Ones.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's all I got for you then. Like, usually it's like the Jordan 4 gets hoarded
ones
out.
Are that GIF that's on Twitter. It's like that. What's that GIF? It comes from Scared Straight when they're like waking up that one kid and he's scared to death and they're like yelling at him to like get out of the cell. If you've seen it,
I've probably seen it.
Yeah. It's hilarious. I
mean,
those are that would, if the Jordan 1s were a person, that would be the person.
All I know is I feel bad for the kid whose parents don't know shit about sneakers. They ended up going to the store, talked to the wrong person, was just like, yeah, you could just get them any Jordan 1, and got them probably the worst colorway of Jordan 1 as a birthday gift.
Go to school getting clowned.
Dude, terrible.
I got those banned Jordan 1s. No, you don't, bro.
Watch that Chicago Jordan 1 mid sell out. Ooh. No, but what's on the list? What's on the list?
So an article written by Sashi Cement for Business Insider. Shout out to Sashi. Athletic footwear sales declined in the first half of 2020.
That was expected.
Yeah, I think everything declined. The world as we know it just went to decline.
Right, exactly.
So the first half of 2020 into the low teens compared to 2019. According to NPD analyst Matt Powell, we need to get him back on the show. I want to argue with him.
I don't know why I didn't even think of a Yeezy.
I just want to argue with him one day. Overall sales for Nike declined while Jordan
Matt
brand.
Powell.
You know what?
Because his argument is his arguments are true, but they're almost like they're late.
But they're late and they lack so much context. But I will say this. I will say that I love him going his back and forth on Twitter. I love it because he's like the king of quips. I told him that
Can we get him on now? Let's get him in studio so he can look out the window.
I should try to call him now. So what time is it? Like we're in the same time zone. I believe.
Where's he at again?
I don't want to say it out loud. Okay. Anyway, overall sales for Nike declined while Jordan brand grew slightly. Adidas, New Balance, Skechers, Saucony, Vans, and Under Armour, to everybody's surprise, saw declines. Who saw Under Armour declining? Like,
I just feel like they are in their offices. They are the meme of the dog sitting in the burning fire.
Yes, everything's fine. Yep. No, it's not. Get out of there. You're gonna die.
Shout out to Under Armour.
Just invite us to one party. We'll leave y'all.
That's
alone.
all.
That's why we talk so much shit. Honestly, if you want to know why I talk so much shit, it's because y'all have these bomb ass parties and I don't get the invite. So anyway, here are the top 10 selling sneakers of 2020 so far. Starting with number 10, you have the Nike Air Max 90.
Yeah.
Yep. Number 9, the Air Jordan 1 High OG.
Really?
Yeah, number 9.
That low? Wow.
But honestly, you'll be surprised with.
Well, I guess because if they don't make that many of them,
you'll be surprised what sneakers make the list as far as like the top 10, like as far as like overall. We get so caught up in the top 10 sneakers in the sneaker community.
Oh yeah.
Right, top 10 sneakers is not the same. Those are two different lists.
Vans are probably up there as well. The Van OG, the Van Skate.
Yeah, we'll see. Number 8, the Air Jordan Retro 13
of 2020. What 13 came out at the beginning of 2020?
The Flints, and then
shit, I forgot about.
There's some girl colors too that came out.
Okay. I did forget about the Flints. I feel like, well, if the Flints are up there, I'm figuring the Jordan 5 would be up there.
Well, they didn't
too.
give a specific colorway, just said Jordan 13.
Jordan 5 got to be up there too then.
Number 7, the Adidas NMD R1. Now, mine just the first half of the year.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that was in the song. Okay.
So, number 7, the Adidas NMD R1.
Man, people still buying those?
That's the thing. I'm like, honestly, yeah. I had to,
you talk about a shoe that had like a quick decline.
They had to blow the dust off that name.
Man.
Like, shit, it's just laying there. Number 6, the Nike Air Vapor Max Flynet 3. Yep.
Okay.
Number 5, the Nike Revolution 5. Yep. Number 4, the Nike Air Vapor Max Plus. I can see that. Number 3 are the Nike Air Max 97. That's definitely something I've seen a lot more of.
Well, shit, that's because
He's even made it to Nike ID. Or was it always on there?
No, I don't think it was on. I think it's been on there probably within maybe the last year now.
Yeah. Number 2, the Nike Air Max 270.
I could see that.
Yep.
I could definitely see that.
I see a lot of those. A lot of those. And I'm not just talking in sneaker circles, just on a normal day.
It's a comfortable shoe.
I've heard.
Yeah, it's real comfortable.
And number 1, the Nike Air Force One Low. I'm actually surprised. Like, Air Force Ones are hot again.
Kylie Jenner.
Nelly, you did it. It took you like 20 years.
She wore that all white low.
Man.
All of the teenage white girls are fawning over that shoe.
Adidas is releasing edible trainers.
Hold up, time out. I did know no Yeezys made that top 10 list.
I'm to the shock of
they jumped over the jump man, huh?
Anybody, this is why I was so mad at Forbes, because if you talk to anybody who pays attention to the data, there's no way you can objectively make an argument that the Yeezys are $1 billion. There's no way. You might, off of speculation, it might be based off of name value, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But as far as
may not even be able to say that
retail sales numbers, there is no way you can tell me Yeezys are $1 billion brand. No way. Sorry. There was like one Adidas on the list, and it wasn't a Yeezy.
It wasn't even an Ultra Boost.
No.
Or even any of their more classic silhouettes.
Bro, man, I'm telling you, man.
Damn,
so that's the difference between.
Where was Under Armour at on that list? God damn it.
Like Jay-Z? I know.
Shit.
I just knew the Embiid one was going to be on there.
The Curry 6.
Right.
Shout out to Steph Curry, man, just so I get invited to a party.
But this is what, in the Curry's party, they're not even going to have alcohol. It's just going to be like
his wife might
sparkling
cook.
water.
His wife might cook, though. Like, from what I've seen in the pictures, she seems to be a good chef. But, I mean, we all know how far that can go.
Monique ain't funny to me, and I never agree with her on many things, but I agree with her. Skinny girls can't cook, man. If you want a good meal, get you a mid-sized to large black woman. I made it sound like a van, but I'm at Enterprise picking a car.
I want the utility vehicle.
Yeah, give me that mid-size.
I'm really trying to think. I mean, actually cook, like and throw down cook.
Throw down. Because mind you, you eating your own food.
How you think I got fat?
Right.
Ooh, you really You might be on to something
Listen,
with that.
And for anybody that got offended, look, stereotypes can be bad, but stereotypes also have a place. I'm sorry, it's true. There are good stereotypes, there are bad stereotypes, just like anything else. To blanket stereotypes is all bad is just bullshit to me. But that's neither.
I mean, I'm even trying to just go down the list of chicks that I've dated that have cooked for me, and I'm like, I seem to have a type.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Shout out to Mike Rich. Inside story.
Nah, yeah. To this day, I still don't drink tequila.
Man, it's Mike Rich. It's Mr. I'm gonna pull your girl.
Nah.
He just slid her a piece of paper with his room number on it and just walked away.
Well, she didn't go, so.
You sure?
Positive.
Okay, I'm saying.
I know it went on that night.
There was a good 2-hour chunk of time.
She was with us the whole time.
Was she?
When we went to the steak place, man, where Francis at?
I know.
God damn it. Where Francis at?
We went to the steak place and then what happened?
We went back to our hotel. Because remember, we stayed in the hotel.
Yeah, and then
we
y'all
didn't
went
stay in the same hotel.
No, y'all didn't. But then you went to sleep and then what?
She went to sleep too.
You sure about that?
Positive.
Someone sees a doubt. No,
there is no doubt.
Okay. I'm just saying, she get pregnant again, the baby come on saying, yes, sir.
Yeet.
Right. Get your son. Cleansed. I'm just saying. Adidas is releasing edible trainers.
Mike Rich got more of a following than I do, so it might be worth it.
18 years. 18 years. 18th birthday, find out what it is. Adidas is releasing edible trainers. This is such a segue. An article written by Naomi May for the Evening Standard. Adidas has teamed up with Deliveroo for a limited edition trainer drop, which will be the first time the UK delivery app will have delivered apparel or trainers to customers. Off of the back of last month's Everything is Cake viral social media trend, Adidas has created a life-size trainer cake modeled as a pair of its best-selling Boost trainer. The Everything is Cake meme went viral after a slew of stars filmed themselves cutting through miscellaneous object-shaped cakes such as Crocs, toilet paper, and even raw chicken.
I remember all that.
So who made a cake look like a raw chicken? Like,
that's some incredible shit.
Who made a salmonella cake?
Right, that's like a waste of time to me.
We only said they cut through. We didn't say they ate it.
No. I mean, it's a cake made to look like raw chicken, but I'm just saying, but why would that be an idea?
I just want to know that they have like the little bits of blood hanging down off the plate as icing.
That just seems like of all the things to model a cake after.
Time out. You said somebody did a toilet paper cake.
Yeah, that is true.
That's pretty shitty.
That was yeah.
Pun
intended.
I got one.
But I'm just thinking of all the things to model a cake after, like raw chicken and toilet paper were the first things to come to mind.
A bachelorette party. What do they have cakes of?
But that actually is a theme to that.
This could have been the theme to the raw chicken.
What's the theme to the raw chicken? Explain. Go ahead. Elaborate.
I don't know, but it could have been a theme.
Thank you.
To
like,
it.
Come on now.
Could have been a horrible chef.
Devil's advocacy only goes so far, bro. Like, what party was like, we need raw chicken theme?
Man, maybe somebody just can't cook. Them skinny bros that can't cook.
Cooking the food they wish they could cook.
Yeah, maybe it was for them. You know, I can't fry chicken.
I'm going to Tennessee. Take his black card. Take your black card.
I gotta put it. I can't do it. I bake it.
That should be the first thing you learn to do.
I can't fry chicken. I can fry a pork chop.
I
can fry a pork chop, but I can't fry chicken. I can fry fish.
How the fuck?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
That's like frying fish is harder than because you get. No, the odds of you overcooking the fish are high.
Exactly, I know, but I think that's my problem. It's because in my mind I'm hungry and I see the chicken cooking and it's already starting to look golden brown, so I'm like, "Ooh, shit, it's ready." But it's really not.
Okay,
ready.
Okay. Time out. We're talking chicken wings, chicken breast, because there's a difference.
Oh, chicken wings. I could fry chicken breast. Yeah.
Chicken breast is harder than chicken wings. Because you got to make sure it's cooked all the way through. It can't be too hot because you're going to burn the outside.
Exactly, I know.
And that takes forever.
Yeah, but I read something like it's harder to like the time span it takes to cook something that has a bone in it, for whatever the bone does. I don't know.
You actually Googled this?
Yeah, because I want to know why I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you ain't had no grandmother or no woman in your life?
I did.
She didn't teach you how to cook chicken?
My mama showed me, but it was like, when your parents show you how to do something, they don't really show you. They just do it, and they don't they don't give you no explanation or nothing.
Okay.
Like she just started doing it. I'm like, is that how you do it? She like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So I can fry fish though.
I can just imagine you just standing in front of the stove with a notepad, just taking notes.
Yeah. Fried chicken is like the only thing that I can't cook.
That is ridiculous. I feel sad for you.
I cook everything else.
I pity you.
I made some spaghetti a couple days ago.
Come on now. Everybody knows how to make spaghetti.
Shit.
Who doesn't know how to make spaghetti?
You'd be surprised.
It's literally
them skinny broads that you just said can't
cook. Come on,
cook.
bro. Like, first of all, let's stop acting like people cook spaghetti. You boil the noodles and you cook the meat. The sauce and everything else is made for you, guy.
Not if you're making your own sauce.
Well, yeah, but I mean, who's really making their own sauce?
I mean, I'll get regular tomato sauce and then I'll season it up and throw all like the chopped vegetables and stuff in myself.
But y'all know how to make chicken.
No, I don't know how
to
to
let me
make
ask you
chicken.
this. Do you put sugar in your sauce?
Yeah.
Fuck. Dog.
Brown sugar.
What?
Nobody puts. Black folks put sugar in everything. I'm sorry. Once again, another stereotype. Everything ain't Kool-Aid. Like, we cannot put sugar in everything. We can't put sugar in spaghetti.
Okay.
Why can't we?
Old school Italian. Like, fresh off the boat, great-grandmother Italian.
She put sugar in the spaghetti?
Yeah, because depending on how you make the sauce,
Okay, I stand corrected then.
It's too damn acidic.
I thought that was the point.
You have to put a little sugar in it to cut it.
I thought the whole point.
You don't.
Pasta's supposed to have some acidity to it.
Well, the pasta or the sauce?
The sauce. Okay.
Okay. Well, so it's some, but not that much. So. Like,
okay, well,
it's not supposed to.
I just learned something.
No, you're right. It's not supposed to be Kool-Aid, but you put a little in to cut it.
Yeah, hold on. No, nobody said I'm taking the sugar container and just dumping it into the.
Yeah. That's the visual.
But it's not
like a bag of sugar going into the sauce.
It's not the Kool-Aid man full of spaghetti sauce going. Oh yeah.
Like, I don't want spaghetti drink. I want spaghetti.
You get you like half a teaspoon of sugar and you just sprinkle it in there and you stir it up.
I never had to do that though.
I mean,
like once every couple weeks, and this has been like honestly the best part of quarantine is like all the cooking I've been doing with my daughter.
That's the thing, right?
And so like I've taught her like how, and it makes her so mad. Like, dude, I don't know recipes because I didn't learn recipes because I learned again, great grandmother, fresh off the boat. Yeah. She was like, oh yeah, a little bit like that's a teaspoon, that's a tablespoon. I need this, I need that. You pour it in, you go.
Yeah.
She's like, well, Dad, where's the recipe? I mean, if you want to write one down while I'm cooking, cool. But no, there isn't one.
Someone
like, this is how that goes.
This.
And here's the sweet sausage. Here's the hot sausage.
It's all
here's
taste.
The meatballs.
Yeah.
Here's the, and then you've got to, yeah. So I make this giant vat of sauce, like probably once a month. Yeah.
Right. You know what I learned to cook, though, during the quarantine? Well, not necessarily cook, but it's part of cooking. I learned how to reduce wine. Like, for the longest time, I was just pouring it in there. I didn't reduce it. And it was like, damn, why does this taste so?
Why is
yeah?
Why do I feel bougie eating this? That's why.
Pinky out. But no, so I learned. So okay, so sugar is a thing. Okay, so I know Tay is gonna be on my head about that.
No, it's like, dude, no, like shit can be too salty. You throw a half a potato in,
and
just to absorb the salt, and it's gone.
An Italian, I would take your word for it. Like, I am not gonna argue.
Oh, but as a fellow black man,
because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing.
See, that's what's wrong with our people right now.
You don't know what you're doing. Nah. Because if Dave tried to tell me how to fry chicken, I'm just gonna look at him like.
Dave probably can fry chicken. He looked like he can fry chicken.
Do you use maple syrup?
You ain't Italian.
I'm about to change your life. You use maple syrup?
Nah.
Dude, throw some not even fried, but grilled. Dude, grilled
chicken. Okay, let me ask you this. What do you put in your potato salad? That's the question.
Dave
what?
don't put raisins.
No.
If you're trying to play the raisins game with me, kiss my ass.
I know he don't do that.
They don't belong in that shit. No, dude.
I know he don't do that. Hey, Dave is black enough
I'm
to know
offended.
not to do that.
You know me better than that.
I just wanted to know. I just wanted it on paper. I wanted it on wax. Like, yeah, okay. Like, what do you put in your potato salad?
No, honestly, it's like if you're grilling chicken.
He puts breadcrumbs on top of his mac and cheese.
Do you?
You do?
Oh,
depending on if I'm baking it or making it, yeah.
Oh, damn.
They're two different things.
No, the only way to have it is bake it.
Well, what other way is there to make macaroni and cheese?
Other than out the package.
I'm like literally asking now.
Oh, there's a lot of ways.
Well, there's the way, like the craft way.
It's still baking it though.
No,
Or it's in a
they-
pot.
Yeah, it's in a pot.
That is not a natural color.
I was
let's
gonna
be
say,
clear.
yeah.
No, it's not.
Like
For some
or-
Find
reason-
that on the rainbow.
Oh,
Oh no, I had to break my son. I had to break him because he was all about like the Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And the first time I made mac and cheese, he was like, "This doesn't look like mac and cheese. That don't look like McDonald's."
Wow.
And I'm like, John, that orange is not a natural color. Like, no, this is and then he tried it and he was like, oh my God, this is so much better. I'm like, well, yeah.
Maybe that's what I got.
Have a little faith in me. Yeah.
I got to wait for my daughter to get past the age of 5 because all she likes is the Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Oh, going back to the sugar thing though. Only reason I made that a point because I was with Shantae. Sugar on everything, rice, grits,
Where is
spaghetti.
Wait, you don't put sugar on your grits?
Fuck no, it's butter and salt, man. What are you doing?
Put sugar on your grits?
No, man. Dog,
What?
Dog, butter and salt, man. That's it. This is
Wait, hold
exactly
on.
what I'm talking
Hold
about.
on, time out.
That's exactly what I'm
Wait,
talking
you've
about.
never had sugar on your rice?
No, butter,
Oh,
man.
my God.
Butter. You put salt in it as you make the rice. You put salt in the water and shit. And then you put
Well,
butter
you
on
only
it.
put salt in it to help the water boil. It's not to flavor the rice.
I mean, but it does both, though.
You shouldn't put that much salt in there.
I'm not putting that much salt in there. I didn't say how much I put in there. I just said I
Man,
put some
you
salt in
never-
there.
You got to have sugar on your rice.
No, I don't.
Trust me.
No, I
dude.
don't. This is what I'm
Shit
talking
is
about.
good.
Sugar does not belong on everything. We put sugar on everything.
Fuck, we put hot sauce on everything.
Because it's warranted.
Oh,
That's
come
different.
on now.
Salt, I'm telling you, hot sauce is warranted. Hot sauce got me through London because I swear to God, it was the most bland food I've ever had.
Well, maybe they need sugar on their stuff too.
No, God damn it. No, man. And I'm going to Tennessee, so I already know it's going to be probably sugar and butter on everything.
Yeah, sugar and butter, and at every table is going to be a big pitcher of
I'm
sweet
looking
tea.
for it. I'm telling you right now, as far as food is concerned, this is why I'm going on my diet, and I'm putting on my air quotes now. But I'm waiting to after this weekend because I know goddamn well I'm not going to
Well,
go
it
down
depends what you consider to be a diet.
there. Not the shit I eat now.
Yeah, just eat.
Oh,
other
shout out to
shit.
OG Sneakers, by the way. He's looking phenomenal. It look like he's doing well with his workouts. I will say this: if you're gonna do push-ups, do them right.
Now I'm gonna look up these push-ups.
You gotta get low on them push-ups, guy.
I mean, well,
There's a lot of real estate between you and the ground when you do them push-ups.
yeah, but OG Sneaks is what? He's what, like
65. or something.
exactly?
I don't know. Understand? Well, don't do push-ups.
Well, what else is he supposed to do?
I don't know.
See, man, again, that's what's wrong with you young black folk, man.
Understand? Shout out to OG Sneakers though. Much love. I mean, especially at his age too, though, to even like take it upon at that age.
And let
I'm
me
like,
see let me see your workout plan because I need one.
I'm just saying, at his age, what he's accomplished in his life, his career and everything, he's married and he has kids. At that point, I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. I'm cool. I'm enjoying life.
I mean, at the age of 65, I hope I'm to that point.
Or is it 75?
Damn.
I don't know. I just know he's old. Shout out to OG Sneakers though. I don't seriously. I gotta give him shit because I've been giving him shit in like a long time. But
Yeah, you haven't.
I haven't.
Yeah, not since the old studio.
Yeah. Before he gets too small. Shit, he might get to the point he might kick my ass. Nah, I doubt it. But still, like, he I love you, OG. You know I gotta give you shit. I'm sorry. But no, I mean seriously though, I am proud of him though. Like, I mean, it's, like I said, most people, like even now, I find myself just being like, I could, but why?
Shit, I can't. Ain't none of the gyms open up.
That too.
Yeah.
Dude, because, oh man.
Yeah,
before
to
COVID,
say, if
though,
it was a gym open up, yeah, I'd go.
somebody was in trouble. I'm saying this summer was going to be mine, but
Nah.
because I was putting in work, and then they was like, shut it down. I'm like, okay.
It's like, nah, I'm just stuck
And
at the same
I
weight
will
every
say
day.
this though too, because I remember when they sent us home, I was like, okay, well, I can just. Oh, that's great because I can work out more. That's not.
Don't
how it
nobody
went.
work out at home.
Yeah, I played my Xbox more.
Exactly.
I slept more.
Exactly.
I did everything but work out more. Shit, even ate more. But
That's shout out to that.
yeah. Let's get back to these trainer cakes. So yeah, they cut through everything. The chocolate ganache Adidas Boost cake will be available to a handful of lucky Londoners. So Adidas is taking a playbook out of Jordan Brand's banned airship release. along with a free pair of the latest trainers. In order to have a chance to nab the Adidas cake and trainers, you must live within a 1.5-mile radius of the Deliveroo Whitechapel Editions kitchen, where the cakes will be made.
So 1 point.
Basically, gotta live in that that block.
I was gonna say you gotta live at least 10 blocks away max. That's it.
Yeah, within that. Yeah.
I mean, well, if it's a small city, I mean, no, everybody gonna get a pair.
The limited edition cake and trainers will be available on a first come first served basis, and will be available via the Deliveroo app on Wednesday, August 26th, from midday. So
Man.
I guess that's noon over there.
I mean, I guess shout out to Adidas. I guess that's somewhat creative.
Yeah.
Better than Under Armour.
Yeah. Converse. This is cool. Converse is covering Natasha Cloud's WNBA salary while she fights for social reform.
Oh, that's what's up.
In an article written by Cassandra Nigley for Yahoo Sports, back when Converse signed Natasha Cloud, its first women's basketball player, they praised her for her social justice activism. And standing behind that praise, Converse is covering 100% of Natasha's salary after she opted out of this year's WNBA season. Converse also made a $25,000 donation to a racial justice organization in Philly near where Natasha grew up, and is making a film focused on Natasha advocating for change. WNBA players who opted out of the season will not receive their full pay for the year. Obviously. Well, is that really obviously? Because the NBA players are getting their full pay, right? Or no?
Do we really want to rehash this argument again?
Not really.
Okay, then.
No, okay, in fairness. I will say this. If they're going to do that for one league,
yeah, but it's different. But it's different ownership.
It is different ownership. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right. You use the marketing against me.
It's different. It's different ownership, and then I mean, let's be real. I'm pretty sure the WNBA owners
bank account too.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe their pockets ain't as stretched out as that.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, with that news article, seeing that that's Converse, which is up under Nike, can we say shout out to Nike, or are we just gonna just say that that's all Converse?
Well, give Converse is due.
Okay. I just want to know, like, where
we're gonna give Converse.
I mean, look, I'm good with it.
Natasha was set to make approximately, and this is sad because I make.
Don't tell me it's
on any given year I make more or just under this amount.
God damn, you rich. Let me borrow $5.
I ain't got it.
Oh, come on, man.
Natasha was set to make approximately $117,000 this season after signing an extension.
And you wonder why? Why is this dude out in the bathrobe? Dude, what the hell?
Man, that's a lot. Things you see in Detroit.
Yeah, but that is sad though.
That is pretty sad. Roger Federer launches sneakers made from vegan leather. In an article written by Maria Sciarrando for Plant-Based News, Roger Federer has launched a unisex tennis shoe made from vegan leather. Roger collaborated with running brand On.
How's the leather vegan?
I guess when Dave comes back,
he can ask the white guy.
Yes. In our segment of Ask the White Guy, we should just do that. Things we should know, we're gonna just ask Dave.
Ask the white guy.
Roger,
not dunks.
Right. To create the Roger, that's what they call the shoe, the Roger, which is said to combine Roger's minimalistic style with On's technical performance.
Sound like a condom.
Jesus.
The Roger.
Wow.
Minimalist.
Horrible. The Roger.
Discreet, but still performs.
This flaccid shoe. The Roger features rubber soles and vegan leather, which On says reduces the shoe's environmental footprint. The Roger Center Court Zero Series, which I guess is going to be his collection, is available now at Dover Street Market locations worldwide. Okay, this is more of the same. Black employees at Nike object to the company's new ad. An article written on the Armenian Reporter, a group of black Nike employees voiced objections to the release of a current ad by the brand, asking management to openly acknowledge the company's own internal imperfections on equality. Nike has a history of progressive and socially conscious marketing, and yet, over the last few years, has grappled with grievances by some teams who advocate for a more varied and fair workplace. Inside of Nike, the strategies to release the ad drove a growing feeling internally that Nike was talking the talk outside but not walking the walk inside. This is and like I said, Nike.
Sorry, it's not news.
Not really. I mean, I feel like I'm just, just beating the same drum over and over again. But, somebody has to play that drum because otherwise, people will dance to other music. So, already now, like I said, I said this a few weeks ago, already you got, employees of the brands who feel like the momentum isn't there the way it was because, the news cycle has moved on. And, and that's the problem I have with all this is that, a lot of these brands said what they had to say in the moment because the spotlight was on them. But then once that spotlight was removed, and now it's back to business as usual.
Yeah, it's almost like, I guess it's funny to use the gifts. It's like the Homer Simpson gift.
Oh,
walking backwards.
bushes.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically what they did.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is why, I told people when we first came back, like to remain vigilant, like to stay on these brands because otherwise they're going to get away with they're going to try to get away with what we allow them to get away with. And this is why, like, even with the NBA coming back, like, this is why, like, objectively, I'm like, look, if people want the NBA to come back, just be honest with yourself and just say that you want the NBA to come back. Or if you're a player, you want to make your money, just say that. Like, this bullshit notion that we were going to bring awareness to, we're going to still socially be active. Dog, this has been a distraction to some extent because we're talking, and I'm not trying to villainize the NBA, and I'm not trying to villainize the players. But there was no way you can say that this was not going to distract from those things. Because now we're talking about the playoffs, the bubble, who's playing, who's not, Damian Lillard shooting from half court, LeBron James, triple-double the other day. We're talking about all this shit, and yeah, they might throw out some statement. They might wear some socially conscious hat or T-shirt or some shit, but that's it. And this has been my problem. Brands have been placating us with the same shit for years. They came out with a tweet, Black Lives Matter. We clapped and applauded that shit. Okay, but does it really matter? What actions have you taken? Like, okay, that's nice. It's nice. The shirt is nice. The sentiment is nice. What about the action behind it, though?
I get you with the action behind it on the NBA's point. So two things. The NBA thing, I would say this. But isn't somewhat of the action behind what they're doing to continue the awareness in their way?
See, that's the problem I have because to me, that is fucking lazy because everybody hides behind this. Well, I'm just going to bring awareness. We are aware of we know there is inequality. We know that, there needs to be justice reform.
But time out. You and I know that.
No, everybody knows that. First of all, everybody knows that shit.
Bullshit. I don't think everybody knows that.
Everybody knows it. You are either one or two camps. People that know it and people that refuse to even acknowledge it. Now, no matter how many woke shirts they're going to wear, if you're on the other side of that, you're not going to give a fuck because LeBron James wore a shirt. You're all of a sudden going to be like, yeah, we do need more social justice reform.
Now, I'll give you that, but in terms of saying, okay, in terms of them bringing awareness, isn't them bringing awareness a form of
who you bringing awareness?
But isn't that a form of keeping the conversation going?
I'm saying you could have did that. Like, for instance, we just talked about the young lady, Natasha Cloud. Right? She's doing that and putting action.
And I'm not saying there's nothing negative to say about that at all. Like,
that's my point, though. Like, and
more power to her.
And I felt like I made this point. I don't know if I made this point in the earlier show or not, but my whole thing was this was a unique moment in time, right? Because we point back to like the '60s during the Civil Rights Movement, and I feel like that was a different era because we needed representation, right? We needed to see black faces in music. We needed to see black faces in sports. We needed that shit at that time because we hadn't seen it before. Right? And so people point to the fact that, the Civil Rights Movement, but yet Kareem and Wilt was still able to play basketball. Muhammad Ali was still able to box. James Brown was still able to dance. Right? I get that. I feel like, though, this was a unique moment in time because you had public momentum behind you in a way that we never had before. And I think a lot of it had to do with COVID because people were indoors for a long time and they wanted to put their energy towards something instead of putting their energy towards these protests and things of that nature. And I thought it was such a unique moment in time, like the perfect storm, to actually take the momentum and do something actionable with it. And I feel like we've allowed that momentum to go away so we can go back to some sense of normalcy. But my whole thing is, if we were asking for equality and all these things before, do we want to go back to normal?
Well, don't you think that, because what I honestly think is a lot of what's going on is, We're in an election year. And it's already August. So, I mean, we're coming up in, this is their primetime campaign. This is their campaign time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the focus in terms of that particular movement, I think it was going to be lost regardless.
Not really.
Because it's going to get – it is because the problem is if we're –
Because if we're talking about awareness, right? LeBron James wearing a woke shirt to a game versus LeBron James wearing a woke shirt at a protest are two different things to me.
Right. No, what I'm saying, though, is even look at it this way. I think that's one reason why the protests have died down. It's because we are in an election year.
No, they were dying out before the election was. If anything, it should be ramping up. But once again, this is what I'm talking about. Everybody's collective focus, because it wasn't like me or you. I mean, we are aware of the election, but we're not like sitting there like on pins and needles trying to figure out daily what's going on with the election. I think we pretty much know who's going to win that election, because I think most people are just tired of Trump's bullshit. But
I would hope so. Sometimes,
I would hope so too.
Yeah,
so
this country, I'd be surprised.
So it's not like people are. I mean, it is a hot topic right now, but I don't think people are on pins and needles. I think sports in general have been, and I'm not trying to villainize nobody. I'm not saying that they're wrong.
Right.
I'm just trying to say that for anybody that thought that it wasn't going to be a distraction, it has become a distraction, because your focus is now more so on the game than it is any of the things we were talking about before. And that's not to say that you can't do both.
Right.
I just wish that we had taken this special moment in time and did more with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like the NBA season was already over. We had, it was, 2 or 3 months before they re-upped with this bubble shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's just take that as a wash and take this moment to actually push for something, as opposed to like, let's get back to normal. And like, I mean, they even said that, on one hand, we're saying it's not a distraction, but then we're also saying, well, people are going through shit and they need that distraction. So it's like,
yeah, but it's easy for both me and you to say that
it seemed like double talk to me.
The season could have just ended, right? It's easy for us to say that.
Yes.
Our income isn't dependent upon that, and I'm not talking about the players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying in that sense, because I mean, I feel like if you are an NBA player, you may. You got fans?
I guess.
Yeah. If you are an NBA player, I feel like, especially playing in the playoffs, you should have been in a position where you've made a substantial amount of money.
Yes.
So where hopefully you have some money saved up and you can take care of yourself and your family. Mm-hmm. But there are other people, maybe people on their staff, maybe people that work for the league. Just different people where.
But those people are always. First of all, those people are already making money. The only people that were probably not going to make money are people that are working in the concession stands or working for the arenas, which they're not making anyway because they're not playing in these. Well,
arenas. I'm talking about just people that might work for. Maybe they might work for the team. They might work.
Right.
For
but
the
if you
NBA.
work first of all, if you work for the team, you're working year round, and there's always shit to do.
Yes and no, but that's
like
what I'm saying.
who? I mean, honestly, who wouldn't be working right now? What, the scouts?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Like, I'm devil's advocate. That's what I'm saying.
No, I understand. That's what I'm trying to get to. Like, what person?
I feel like there's got to be some role, maybe in.
Because what are players getting a paycheck regardless?
They were going to get. I think that they don't get the full paycheck.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what I understand. That's what I'm saying. I understand. Like, I'm not going to tell anybody what to do with their pockets, right?
Yeah. Well, only thing I'm getting down to with that would be, it's easy for us to say that, but, I mean, the NBA is a business, right? So, they got this massive TV deal.
And what did I say, though? How did I lead this
whole
conversation off?
I knew
I led this conversation off with just be honest.
Yeah, but nobody will be.
That's my point, though. It's like, quit bullshit.
That's
like,
America. I mean, come on now.
I don't mean I got to like it. Like, racism is America. I got to just be like, well, that's America.
Dude, but I'm just saying, like, that's just what it is. Like,
yeah, and
no one will ever be truthful about anything.
Well, I mean, I would appreciate it more. I would just say it like that. I would appreciate it more if people would just quit bullshit. Like, if the NBA say, look, we got money to make. All right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
like, okay.
Well, and then, like I said, I don't even think it's necessarily just based off the NBA. Like,
and talking to some NBA players, Trump had more to do with them coming back than we know.
Of course. Well, look who owns the teams. Who do you think they vote for?
I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying when I say I know it's all about money, and it's the NBA teams, it's the owners, it's the networks. The networks need the money too. How are the networks going to make money if there's no sports going on?
I mean, they got bigger things to worry about, like Netflix and Hulu.
I'm just saying. ESPN saw a huge boost with the Last Dance documentary.
Yeah.
So say that was the only thing sports-wise that was going on. Then you might out of nowhere had baseball come back. I don't think anybody's even watching baseball right now, really, anyway. But you got that.
Where's the Ocho? Where's the competitive squirrel water skiing?
You know, I played cornhole for the first time about a month ago.
What?
Yeah, that's kind of live.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Couldn't watch it on TV, though.
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah. But no, I'm just saying, like, everybody's got to make their money. It's a money grab.
No, and I understand that. I just wish people would just be upfront with it.
But I do think that, you know, knowing how media works, the election with all of this going on was kind of like one of those perfect storms to where it's like, okay, now we can divert from that and now we can go into this.
Well, I mean, and look, I don't want to act like, okay, there wouldn't be any attempts to distract the attention away from it. Come on now. Like, it's always going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but that doesn't mean we got to, like, fall into it so easily. That's my only point. And they could have just been upfront with it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they weren't
Those two things. Not that it would have changed anything. I'm just saying.
The only person that's going to be upfront with you is yourself.
Not even there with that sometimes.
Damn, you going to lie to yourself?
Hey, man. I keep telling myself I'm 200 pounds every day. Foot Locker. You know who is doing well right now? Foot Locker. Foot Locker's killing it.
Well, 2 weeks ago.
Yes. Foot Locker is booming as people spend their stimulus on sneakers. An article. Huh?
2 weeks ago.
Oh, are they not booming now?
Yeah, nobody's got money.
Bonus went away.
Yeah.
Oh, it already dropped already?
Yes.
End of July.
Who's spending money now?
Oh, God damn it. Okay, well, scratch that story. Thanks, Dave.
Blame the white guy.
Damn it. Oh, Dave.
You don't even want to read the story now,
Fuck
do you?
no. This story would have been great 2 weeks ago. Anyway.
Thanks, Dave. You should have told us 2 weeks ago.
Oh, God damn it, Dave. He came back at the right time, too. I was shit. He was gone like this whole time, and then
just
came back.
rain
Came back
right
just
on
to,
your
like,
parade.
C block on that one story being told. Video captures woman throwing shoes at a store employee after being asked to wear a mask.
Oh.
An article written by Kelly Taylor Hayes. Come on now. You know how I feel about three names.
Kelly Hayes.
No, not even that. Kel Tays. Kel. You know what? Fuck it. I don't even want to say her name right now.
Luquito Taco Bell.
Right, Kel Hayes. There we go. Kel Hayes. Fox 2 Detroit. A woman in.
Oh, this is local.
No, this happened in Oklahoma City.
You said Fox 2 Detroit.
That's where I found the story.
We'll report. Okay, never mind.
A woman was apparently upset about a store's mask policy and was captured on video throwing boxes of shoes at an employee in an outburst of anger.
That's why I don't shop nowhere no more now.
The incident happened at a Skechers store in Oklahoma City. The employee told police that the woman entered the store without a face mask and was told several times that she must wear one. A sign on the front door of the store states that masks are required amid the coronavirus pandemic, but the woman ignored the request and continued shopping. Now, see, hold on, bro. This
Just wear it.
how do I want to say it, man? The amount of energy people put into not wanting to wear a mask, going as far as to say tyranny and all this other shit, that's a fucking mask, bro. Like, y'all showed up to the state capitol because y'all couldn't go to Frank's nursery, y'all couldn't go ride your boats, and because you got to wear a mask. Showed up with guns nonetheless. And then have the nerve to shit on Black Lives Matter as we're fighting for equality. Like, so one side is fighting to be treated as normal people. The other side is just throwing a bitch fit because they just don't want to do anything they're told to do. Mind you, those same people, whenever we get shot, are always like, well, y'all should just follow directions. Rule of law. Like, all of a sudden, you want us to, so when we fuck up, or not even when we fuck up, but when we get killed or when we get treated unjustly, well, you should have followed the letter of the law. Until
for sure.
it's something they don't want to do.
Yep.
Even if it's in the Constitution. Like, they love the Second Amendment, but they don't know shit else. They might know about the First Amendment. Might, but even then they don't know because one guy was arguing, he lost his job. Oh, what about my First Amendment right? Your First Amendment right protects you from the government arresting you, dipshit. Ain't got shit to do with your job and how, the repercussions of you saying such, whatever it is that you said. But neither here nor there. After those two things, they don't know shit else or don't care about shit else, especially if it runs contrary to something that they want to do or want to believe. And so I just hate when people have these disingenuous arguments about Constitution until the Constitution also, goes against something they want to do, and all of a sudden it doesn't matter no more.
Oh, dude. The mask thing,
The mask thing is such a dumb thing.
The mask thing is it's one of those things where, like, honestly, man, like, and I hate to make stuff racial, but again, it just lets you know, there's a certain type of person that lives in America that is used to being able to do whatever the hell they want to do, and the minute they get told that they can't do what they want to do, they're upset about it.
They act like infants.
Yeah, when I mean, again.
Nobody wants to wear a mask. Let's just get that straight. Nobody enjoys wearing a mask.
Have you tried to work in one?
Yes.
Horrible.
I don't like working in my mask. I don't like wearing my mask. But you know what, though? If it's required of me to go to a store, one, I'm not going to make a fight out of it. I'm not about to make this a federal case. Two, I'm not about to. I look like somebody famous. Two, I'm not about to make. Is that Trick?
I can't tell. I can't see. I got
that kind of look like Trick.
It might be.
Like, literally, that. I'm not even playing.
I mean, he got a mask on, so I can't tell.
Part of me wants to go out the door like, hey, is that Trick? And see if he can come in real quick and say what's up.
I think that is Trick.
No, that look like Trick.
But it don't. It do, but it don't.
It looks like an in-shape Trick.
Yeah, like exactly. That's more so probably. I can't tell.
Trick been working on with OG sneakers. Dog, go ask him if that's Trick, dog. I just want to know. If it's not, then I'll leave it alone. If so, we got to get him to come in here. The thing, this is why we shouldn't have radios in studios.
No, that's not him.
That's not.
No, that's not him. No, because that's that group of people that was on the little bike boat thing.
Okay, all right. No, Trick doesn't get on boats. I mean, I don't know.
Well, is that how he got fit?
I guess. I don't know. That might be.
I don't see Trick.
All right, well, we're just going to act like that's not Trick. But anyway, going back to this whole mask thing.
Probably be rolling up right now.
This whole mask thing. Like, nobody wants to wear it. Nobody enjoys it. But you know what? If it's required to go to a store, I'm not going to fight it. And if it's the least I can do to make sure this coronavirus doesn't spread, because of me, man, who am I to sit there? People are just so goddamn selfish. It's ridiculous.
Well, the other part, too, is when you go out in public, right?
Yeah.
You wear clothes?
Yes.
Isn't it like, aren't you supposed to wear clothes when you walk around outside and go into stores? Yeah, it's a law, right? So why are we so okay with following that law, but there's one law to be able to save
no shoes, no shirt, no service, right?
To be able to save somebody's life,
yes,
we got a problem with because it hinders what we want to do.
Yep.
More so what they want to do.
It's so funny to me, though, because I think I made the argument last week, like on this whole coronavirus outbreak is basically, because they wanted the kids to go back to school and stuff. So it's like, so you want to ignore the people who are educated in this field.
Is your daughter going back to school?
No, she's doing homeschool.
Lucky you got the option.
Yeah. But basically, you want to ignore people who are educated in this field so that your kids can get educated. Just for people like you to ignore them 30 years from now when they say something. Like, it would almost be like, I'm an electrician. Somebody to tell me that, I had to argue with people all summer about 5G. 5G is causing the coronavirus. I'm like, you fucking idiot.
No,
and I actually had somebody.
5G's been around for a long time.
For a long time. Just because you just not found out about it doesn't mean it's something sinister or, malicious. And I had to argue with somebody so here I am. I have all these years of experience. I have a license. I went to school for this shit. I've actually installed 5G technology. I've worked on towers. And to have somebody who had absolutely no grasp of it whatsoever, besides a YouTube video and maybe some Google link that he clicked on.
I was going to say, where did the whole rumor come from?
Yeah, and he's like, and I think he told me specifically that my European education, which the fuck does that mean? Like, what? Like, I traveled to Europe to learn about, you do know we have electricity here, right?
So I was educated in Prague.
Now, electricity, it does get tricky in certain zones of the planet because, magnetic fields and all this other shit.
Yeah, but however, there is no such thing as something like that that can cause a mutated virus inside, a respiratory virus for that matter.
First of all, what we're talking about is just, first of all, when you install these towers, it has certain metal on it, so it's non-ionizing, so that means there's no radioactivity whatsoever. I mean, first of all, 5G is essentially like radio waves, and not radioactive waves, radio waves. So there's nothing cancerous or poisoning about these things whatsoever, guy. It's just, and I could break it down even further, but
please don't.
Yeah, I don't want to bore you. This is a sneaker podcast. You sure that's not Trick?
I can't.
Okay. All right.
I doubt it. If it is, look, the joke's on me. You know.
Okay.
I doubt it though. I mean, why would Trick be up here? He'd be high right now. He like to smoke.
Who said he ain't high right now? He just went downstairs and came right back up with no food.
Because he probably like, damn, where my shit at? I'm Trick.
So it is. Okay.
No,
okay,
I'm that ain't Trick, man.
just ask.
I doubt it. What do you want me to say? Is that Trick?
Yeah, I mean that's literally the question.
And what, he gonna come on the show?
The fuck yeah.
Yeah, he would.
I mean, you right there at the door. Are you that nervous? Just tell him you're the CEO of Pepsi. Though.
I'm the CEO of Pepsi.
Like I just really want to know. Gino, I've never seen Gino so nervous to ask a question before in my life. I actually sent him out there. That was? I bet you that was him.
What, especially him?
What? So that is him.
Hey, look, well, he got a question.
So that was him.
Huh?
That's him.
He gotta ask the question. See, they want you to come and ask. See? Oh shit, we about to get guests.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on. What just happened now?
What's the question?
What's the question?
Yeah, what's the question?
No, I was just going to just have him on the show and just talk about Detroit, and we're just going to talk about because we were trying to get like a Detroit thing going on as far as with the brands because we don't get acknowledged like a LA or Chicago or New York.
You say, she ain't about to ask you nothing nasty.
That's my baby sister.
Oh, that was Trick.
Huh?
So that is Trick.
Where?
Told you I wasn't Trick.
So what the hell then? So what the?
No, that was over there?
Yeah.
That's just my brother.
Oh, okay. We was like, is that Trick?
See, that's
No,
his
just
twin.
my brother.
Oh, okay.
But no, I asked him, I was like, what y'all talking about? Because you look like he was in real deep conversation.
See, I told you got a
He
fan.
was like, what are you talking about?
No,
He was
we
over there like,
a tense discussion about sneakers. That's all.
That's
I
what
told
he
you we was
said.
talking about
Yeah.
sneakers.
Uh-oh.
See?
There goes Dave.
See? Oh, Dave.
Enjoy, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sneaker Box Podcast.
I thought that.
told
No,
you it wasn't.
I tried to give like a professional answer because I'm thinking, okay, that's really Trick. He's coming in. So
told you it
Dave, I
wasn't.
know Dave just.
What happened when I was gone?
So no, so
See what happened when Dave
this
goes to get
dude-
drinks?
I know people listening to this gonna be like, what the hell is going on? So no, so there was
Dave gonna edit it out.
So no, he's not.
No, he's not.
So Dave was not trying to put any more work in this than he has to. But no, so we got this studio. So the studio downtown Detroit has windows, and so we can see everything around us. And this person looked like Trick. So I'm like, okay, that looked like Trick. Go ask and whatever. So the conversation you were having gave off the impression.
The girl that walked in here looked like Trick.
No, well, in the face.
I mean, just around the eyes.
No, yeah. But no, there was a dude up here.
I
and
told
so-
you it wasn't Trick.
And so I'm like, I couldn't tell. It's kind of dark out there, but, kind of sort of from where I'm sitting. And so,
You need these.
well, you went out there and asked. So, based off the conversation you were having, it sounded as if that was really Trick. Because, like, if it wasn't him, it would have been like, no, and he would have came back in here. But you was talking to him, and I'm like, okay, maybe it is him. And so then when she came in here, I'm thinking, like, is that his publicist or whoever? And she wants to know what I want to ask him. And so I made up some shit about, just talk about Detroit. And
Let's be clear on how that worked. It's not when she walked in here. It's when one of you decided to let her walk in here. Because there's a code on those doors. Like, people can't just walk in this shit.
No, he went out there.
Let's be clear.
Yeah, I was out there.
Like, there is a
out there.
barrier and a boundary on purpose.
He went out there.
and I just started having conversations.
He had a conversation with her, and
and
so I'm thinking that it was really Trick, and that was his publicist coming in and ask or inquire as to what we wanted to ask him about.
I just got banned from the studio.
So, but we're within our four people.
I was gonna say it was only one person that
Yes.
came in.
I mean, hey, whatever bullshit y'all are willing to have happen during your show is not my responsibility. Like,
As long as we don't tear the studio up, right?
right. That's our standard code of conduct. You ain't gonna burn the building down. No bad
I feel like the
shit's gonna
studio
happen.
was more in jeopardy last week with the Wasp in the studio than.
I mean, it's not like Mike Pence was in the studio. I mean, like, that's a dangerous wasp.
Yeah.
But
Actually, we were talking about masks, Dave.
Oh yeah, so it's a story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was in the middle of that story.
Yeah.
Until Trick showed up. So,
did you watch our show Monday night?
Well, would he be truck since he's not Trick?
We got Trick.
Could be Track.
We got
With a tracksuit.
There was a story. So I guess okay. So basically, to bring you up to speed, there was a woman in Oklahoma City. She went to a Skechers store, and she didn't want to wear a mask. The employees confronted her.
Then GTFO.
There go Trick down there.
All right, go ask him. All right, so we're all caught up. So anyway,
welcome to Detroit studio. Wow.
Oh my God, you sound like what's the guy's name? Shout out to my man's.
Track.
He sounds like what's the guy that sang? That was reading the lyrics to WAP recently. Ben Shapiro.
Who?
Dude, Ben Shapiro did not sing shit to WAP.
Yes, he read the lyrics.
Did he
on
really?
His show. It is the corniest shit you will ever.
There is
hear.
horrible.
Yes,
He
couldn't even say. Well,
that's a guy who's not familiar with moist vagina.
But no, he would read it.
Let's be clear.
He would read it. No.
Like that. Let's get okay. We're gonna circle back to the mac and cheese conversation. That motherfucker eats the macaroni dry out of the box that.
He eats crab. He eats crab macaroni.
So he probably
a grown man.
No, not even cooked, just out the box.
But no, he read it.
Just the noodle?
He read it as wet as P word, and I was just like, bruh, you sound like a 5-year-old.
I as a nerd, I was confused. I thought that the girl was trying to tell me about her wireless access protocol on the wireless network at her house. I didn't know that she had.
Well, here's somebody that would enjoy your 5G conversation. Clearly.
No.
Clearly.
No. But anyway, so that's where we are at.
So back to this crazy bitch.
So this lady didn't want to wear a mask because for whatever reason, her rights.
Because she's a MAGA supporter.
So anyway,
it is. We know that.
Once the customer walked up to the counter, the employee suggested that the woman go to a nearby Lowe's and purchase a mask and then come back to buy her shoes. The woman became angry at the suggestion, throwing shoe boxes at the employee before exiting the store. First of all, the employee didn't make the rule up. They're just enforcing it because that's their job.
No, and that, honestly, that is the bullshit that pisses me off more than anything else. Like, if you are getting pissed off at a greeter at a freaking Walmart, or like a hostess at a bar, because like they're bought, dude. We're all trying to obey the rules. We are, like, as much as we possibly can. Like, we've had this talk. Like, I try to balance that.
That's how I knew this was gonna piss you off when I read it.
No, it's like I try to walk that line between as conspiratorially paranoid as I want to be and practical reality in running a goddamn business. Yeah. So, okay, the rules are the rules, the laws are the laws. This is what you have to do. So if you're getting shitty with the hostess downstairs here at DSC, when there's a sign on the door before you walk in that says wear a goddamn mask or don't come in. There's a sign on the thing that says wear a mask or don't come in. That's on you, and you're just a shitty human being, and I hope you die in a fire.
Oh, wow.
I love this. I knew this, like, as soon as I saw the story, I'm like, Dave was gonna lose his
No,
shit.
dude, that invokes angry me really hard.
No, because I mean, it does. I was just saying that, like, there's two sets of protests that happened this year. Earlier, it was just petulant white people who just wanted to bitch about something, and then there's people that are actually trying to be treated like actual human beings. And I feel like, the latter gets told to follow the rule of the law and all this other shit, or else. Right, because we can get curb stomped by the police, and you didn't listen to that one direction they gave you.
But if you want to just listen to the rule, the officer told you
that.
Right.
Meanwhile, like you just explained.
At the Legion of Doom,
like you got these people, like you just said, like the rules are the rules. It's meant to keep everybody safe, and they want to make a federal case out of it.
I'm not gonna lie. The day I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for the day when someone gives me shit about coming in this studio.
About wearing a mask?
Because, dude, and I get it. Like, we're in a privileged situation here. Because I'm all about understand your privilege. Like, dude, because you have to come into the building before you come here.
Yeah.
And before you come into the building here, there's a sign on the door. There's a sign on the wait stand. There's a sign on the back door. Like, you can't.
There's a sign on that door.
Yeah,
you can't come in this building without wearing a mask. So if you're gonna be a 3-time shithead before you come here,
Not a 2-time.
I'm gonna I'm just assuming that you want to play. and like, let's be real. Like, I'm Tom Petty. I'm Petty LaBelle. I'm Petty Whack. I'm all the petty. Like, I will end you before you even come close to
Dave's
walking
inner
into
black
studio.
woman just came out.
I was waiting on him to drop the Snoop one and say that you was a Teddy Pendergrass.
I'm Petty Pendergrass.
Yeah, Teddy Pendergrass. Couldn't get it out. Yeah, there you go.
No, I mean, but like, it is stupid to me that
I'm
like,
Petty
people,
in pink.
I mean, and then to get to the point where you throwing shoe boxes at people, like, that's just a level of immaturity.
Dude,
that
check your life.
Yeah.
Like, where are you?
Bruh.
Again, I'm all about the flow chart. Like, the entire essence of my being is, all right, this is where you are. I need you to walk me through the flow chart 3 steps back.
Yeah.
How did you get here? Like, what led you to this place in your life that this is where you thought this was an acceptable course of behavior?
Yeah. No, you just have a group of people out there who, thought this whole thing was a hoax from the beginning, but their attitude is just to fucking throw a fit anytime somebody says anything to them. They just be
Because you know what?
Because it alters their comfortable way of life.
No, because guess what? No, HIPAA doesn't protect you from shit. I get to ask what your condition is that prohibits you from wearing a mask.
Oh yeah, I saw that video too.
That's not how that works. So all these dumbasses are like, oh, well, we just presume. No, that's not how that works.
But that goes back to my point where people throw out Constitution and HIPAA laws without actually having read Constitution and HIPAA laws.
Right.
Anyway, the woman became angry at the suggestion, throwing shoeboxes at the employee before exiting the store. Maya Jocelyn, an employee at the Skechers store, captured video of the incident and posted it on Facebook. Maya also commented on the situation by saying, all we wanted was for her to wear a mask. I hope the lady is embarrassed of herself and her actions. Police were able to identify the customer after the assault because she left her wallet on the counter with her identification. So she was so mad that she had to wear a mask that she left her wallet, which, by the way, if somebody was behind, like another customer could have stole your shit, could have fucked your whole financials up because
I would have took that wallet.
But looking at this, I mean, if you're shopping at Skechers, you probably ain't got that many financials to work with anyway. But still, the point is,
not necessarily.
What
how the rich stay richer.
I mean, it's Oklahoma City.
That's
Point being, Skechers Oklahoma City is not the example of like luxury. But anyway, point being is, you up here
I
getting.
feel like nothing says white people more than Skechers plus Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and throwing a shoebox.
Let's be clear. Like, let's.
That's why I was trying to find stuff in South Dakota.
All of that, and it's just, I don't know. It's just, to me, like, stupid shit. Like, you a grown ass woman. Like, I can understand. I can even understand, because there's been times where, like, I forget and I walk all the way to the door, forgetting my mask, and I got all the way back to
suddenly,
my car.
shit, I'm Batman. I forgot my mask.
Yeah,
I gotta go back to the Batcave.
and I'm not happy about it.
sure.
I'm probably irritated.
It's inconvenient as shit, but that's the world we live in now.
Yeah, I don't
It is
throw
what it
shit.
is.
I don't throw shit at the first employee I see.
Right.
Like, because I'm a grown
Because
ass.
it's not their fault.
No, and it's not that deep. It really isn't that deep.
It's not.
I mean, again, especially when you talk about wearing a mask, just go into a store.
To go to
So
a
you're
store-
only gonna have that mask on for the time being. While
No,
you're
I'm not
in the
gonna lie.
store.
This is my new favorite thing. Every time I've seen a guy complain about wearing a mask, I'm like, you have clearly never gone down on a woman to orgasm.
On that note, this is episode 264.
And that shuts that.
What?
No, and that
Wow.
shuts that conversation down so fast.
What?
Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong.
Hey, man, I feel like, what's my man's name? What's that guy's name? Damn, from the OJ trial. The detective.
If the glove doesn't fit,
No, the detective.
are you pulling a Mark Furman on me?
I'm about to pull him off front. I'll plead the fifth.
Are you gonna call me?
I refuse to answer that question. No. No, sir. Did you plant evidence?
I'm gonna pull a Jeffrey
Nope.
Epstein on the advice of counsel.
Some evidence planted on you.
I would love to answer that question, but on the advice of counsel, my lawyers say that I
Nope.
can't answer that
That's
question.
not to incriminate myself. I am going to invoke my right to plead the fifth. No, but no, this is, and then watching the video, like, it just seemed like an older lady, like older than me. So it's just like, dog, that's even worse. Like, so I gotta be the voice of reason. That'd be the crazy part. Like when African Caesar.
Dude, I've always said, if there comes
a
like when I am the voice of logic and reason in a situation,
that's a sad state of affairs.
Shit has gone super sideways.
Yes. More than sideways. That shit, we didn't went all the way upside down. We inverted at this point. This is just some alternate dimension we live in. Like,
I feel like it now.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it.
Yeah.
2020 has been like the weirdest year I can honestly say. There's no year that comes close to this. I thought 2019 was pretty shitty. Like 2020 was just
we live in a world where Trump's greatest thing about Michelle Obama's speech was she got the number of coronavirus deaths wrong.
I don't even pay attention to that clown no more. I'm just done. I'm like November 2nd or whatever date it is. Can I come fast enough?
Hey man, like I said, I hope people for real wake up and stop being fake woke.
Yeah. I mean, but this is why I always go back to, like, actions speak louder than words. Like, you know, you can tell me all the nice shit you want to. You know, if you're not doing it, if you're not living it, then, I mean, shit. It's just nice words at that point. Just placation, if that's even a word.
I like that word.
Yes. But no, that lady just obviously, man, that's just sad.
I feel like, if anything, she was looking to go do that anyway.
Yeah, it didn't take much.
Yeah, because the only reason I say that is because I'm pretty sure down there they might have the same thing that we got, where just about every place you go to, every place of business, you have to wear a mask. So
that's everywhere. I mean, isn't that?
I was
every
gonna say,
state?
what would be? Well, I would assume so, but
Okay.
what would be different? You know, when you go to the store to go get milk or you go get groceries, when you going to go get a Sketcher.
I wouldn't think anything.
So that's what I say. I feel like she was just doing that to do it.
Could have been. I just thought. But to take it out, I mean, to throw shoes at the employee, though. Like, would you want people to throw shoes at you because they don't agree with?
Well, remember, that's like up in what was that, up in Flint at the Family Dollar?
Oh, because somebody got shot.
Yeah, they got
stabbed.
shot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, come on now, like,
Ain't nothing that deep.
never.
Nothing that deep. I mean, unless you are being physically attacked or your family is being physically attacked, there's no reason to assault nobody.
Just to wear a mask, just because you didn't want to. And here's the funny part: just because at that moment you didn't wear a mask, and what are you doing right now? Probably wearing a goddamn mask.
Time.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you probably. Oh, she's probably definitely doing it. You know, what? She's white. She's probably getting community service or some shit.
Oh, no. They got
Really?
several felony charges. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Bet. Good. That's called balancing the universe.
No, Big Gretch ain't fucking around, dude.
No, this happened in Oklahoma though.
Oh,
Oh.
you're talking about?
No, you're talking about the one in Flint.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, I'm talking about this lady.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the one in Flint.
Oh yeah, she probably. Well, this lady probably got
You know,
community
Big
service.
Gretch ain't fucking around.
Probably put her buffs on real quick and was like, okay. She had Trick up there with her.
Yes,
The real Trick.
he's the prosecutor.
I think he would be a great prosecutor.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Hold on, real quick. I want to end the show on this note. Tay,
Hello.
hey, just so you know, you're on air.
Hey guys.
Oh Jesus.
What up, though?
So our sound engineer, this is not gonna fit on my phone. I got that weird C type.
Because you don't have a
Because he wants to be a dick who doesn't have an iPhone.
dongle.
Shut up. Okay, so
Saying, right?
so remember the argument we were having about sugar and spaghetti.
Yeah.
Okay, so on air, I'm apologizing. I was wrong. Dave, who is an Italian.
You was wrong. You ain't got to apologize.
Okay, you know what?
Hold up, time out. You
no.
was going to apologize to Dave? What about me?
Hold on, I'm
I said it
apologizing.
too.
I'm apologizing to Tay because we got into like a heated argument about it. Okay, so no, first of all,
You owe us all an apology.
you can be a little more humble, a little humble as I'm apologizing,
What?
a little humble.
We'll apologize.
She doesn't sound like she needs to be humble.
No, I'm trying to apologize. Like I knew I was right. Like dog,
Because she was.
You're not making this apology easier.
And
No,
then you
she's got that 1-900 voice. She doesn't sound like she needs to be apologizing.
Y'all ain't making it easy either.
No, you know I'm not going
I'm
to.
sorry, was I supposed to? Like,
You forgot where you was
sorry.
at?
Have you met me?
Point being, Dave, who is Italian, the makers of spaghetti,
Yeah.
the originators of spaghetti, told me that they put sugar in there. So you know what? I'm taking his word for it. I stand corrected on the issue. You were right.
Thank you.
And he said he don't put sugar in his grits, and I said something was wrong
No,
with
I
it.
refuse to do that.
You crazy.
See, yeah.
How do you
that's
put sugar in
another
the grits?
argument for another day. I put sugar in my grits.
Tay,
And
put
I heard
sugar-
you. I heard you
hold
put
up.
sugar
Oh,
on
we
your
got a
rice.
whole
too.
nother argument now.
Tay put sugar in everything.
You supposed to. I heard you put sugar on your rice.
My grits.
She put on her rice too.
I do.
That's the shit.
I
Nah,
put sugar and butter on my rice.
you gotta get him together. He's slipping.
What's wrong with?
Here's the best part.
What's wrong with?
Caesar sitting there acting like he don't eat sugar.
No, I eat sugar. I eat sugar when it's applicable, like in Kool-Aid or like I keep going to Kool-Aid, but sugar when it makes sense.
Sugar is a
Sugar
seasoning.
on cereal, like you know what I'm saying? Like
Sugar is a seasoning.
no, it's not.
It is. It's a sweet
no.
Yes,
seasoning.
it is. It enhances flavor.
It is.
Oh,
It's a flavor
there it is.
enhancer.
Which is a seasoning.
I'm sorry. Hey, like it's like salt on a watermelon. Do you do that?
I don't eat watermelon.
Nasty.
Hold up, you don't eat watermelon. Take your black card away.
No,
What the
no,
hell?
no. I know the fried chicken though, so that balances
Yeah,
it
but
out.
you don't eat watermelon.
Nah, I don't,
And you
nah.
don't put sugar on your
I'm not.
grits.
Look, there's two things I'm not gonna do in public: eat watermelon because I don't want white people looking at me like, "Yo, see, look at it."
Nobody
And
said
then-
you had to.
Nobody.
I don't heard
Nope.
nothing
And
about
then-
Nobody.
watermelon.
No,
And
Nobody.
I refuse to eat.
nobody said you had to hold the rind and be eating
I re-
seeds.
And I refuse to eat. Nah, I ain't gonna go there. What'd you say, Tay? Why you laughing? See,
Hold up.
Everybody's
sis.
minds went to someplace dirty, but go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm convinced you eat Kraft macaroni and cheese.
You don't eat what now?
I'll eat out of my watermelon.
I put sugar on my watermelon.
Salt.
I like
I've
sugar.
never done that.
What do you put in your watermelon? Sugar?
I don't put anything on watermelon.
I'm surprised.
She put sugar on her watermelon. She
Yes,
just
she
don't want to
does.
tell you.
Watermelon, cantaloupe, salt.
Do not.
I don't put anything on cantaloupe.
Salt.
I don't.
So I just want you to know that. See, but I'm comfortable enough in my manhood, and
This is why, like, my life, I'm okay with, like, heart attacks, but not diabetes. Like, that's...
I'm with you on that one. But I'm comfortable in my I'm comfortable in my manhood in our relationship to where
Hence
I can
the sugar-free Red
apologize.
Bull.
I can apologize on air
That's the shit.
for the benefit of everybody. Because I could have saved this apologies for after the show.
You could have. Good for you for going
Thank
public.
Could have saved it anyway because I knew I was right. You the one with the
Damn.
bad
Oh, why is she not on video? Can you, if I zoom you in right now, can you?
Man, I almost said the N-word live on there.
It wouldn't be the first time.
It wouldn't be, but man.
You had to go and fact check and go to references who said that, okay, he put it in there. I don't care nothing about all of that. That's cool, but it didn't sway me from anything.
Tay.
Someone putting Caesar in his place. Why?
So
is
no,
this not
don't
on
start
video?
that shit. Cause she,
But it's
So-
not
no.
on video.
Why is everybody so happy with that?
Hold on,
Like
let,
that
let
is.
me record this. Wait, Dave, you recording?
See, that's the problem.
Right.
That's the problem. Y'all gassing her up. Y'all are gassing her up right now.
Everybody else is a problem.
'Cause everybody
Like,
says
you know
that.
me better than everybody. I stand alone on all of this.
Everybody says that to her. You able to put season? No, she's not.
She did. She
I'm
just
not
did.
doing anything
but
that
she
ain't
just did.
supposed to
Yeah.
be
It just
done.
happened.
Whoa, what? I'm about to fight you. Me and her fighting after the show, man.
Oh, whoa. It's 2020, man.
Oh
Domestic
shit! I got a
violence.
show coming in.
Okay, so I'm gonna call you back after the show, but I was wanting to apologize to you on there. There you go. You got it.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Deuce.
Ooh, I'm gonna fight her. Anyway, that wraps up. I can't believe you actually see now she got the big head. Episode 264, Sticker Box Podcast. Me, Gino, Dave. We out. See you guys next week. We love y'all. We out.
Peace.